The NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see who can claim Big Apple bragging rights. It's the New York Giants and the New York Jets, and it comes your way next.
Greetings from just across the New York-New Jersey border in New Jersey at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, partner. A couple of teams that feel like they have all the pieces. Just came up short last year. They were so excited to get 2024 going and try to make another run to get into the postseason.
Yeah, and both these teams absolutely fall into that category. And just last year, going into the season, Mike, not only did they have playoff expectations, but in a lot of ways, they had Super Bowl aspirations. They believe that if the things fall their way, they catch a break, they continue to stay healthy, the roster they have put together is a playoff roster, if not a Super Bowl roster.
The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Panay Wanwu now to return. And they'll get this up past the 20. And that's where they'll set up shop. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback out of Ohio State, first-round pick Justin Fields.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. And it'll be brought down shy of the 35, but that is good enough to move the sticks. They'll go again with Hall. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Fields now on 2nd down. He'll get it into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
It's first down, and it's Paul. And he'll take this to about the 46-yard line. Paulson Adebo is there to make the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he's going to get him a first down here across midfield and down to the 45. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. A give left side. Here comes Hall. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Fields. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll be taken down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have first and goal.
This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's first and goal. Good blocking, and he's in. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Anders Carlson now for the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Jets will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They'll be led out by a young man who's making a name for himself, their rookie quarterback.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive, they feel really good about the plays they have tabled. They really feel good about the week of practice they had. Now all that has to come together, start fast, and then see if you can sustain it for 4 quarters.
And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Now a screen set up for Tracy. And they will finally get him out of bounds, but not until he's near the 45-yard line. They get 21 on that one. First down, Giants.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
First and 10. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. Working his way for a short pickup to the 48.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back. But the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
2nd down and 8. On the ground, here's Tracy. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he'll work his way down inside the 40. Quincy Williams in there for the stop. Second and 7. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. A gain of 16 on that pass play. That's good for a Giants first down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all the...
A dive, and he's in!
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the return, here comes Wanwu. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jets offense ready now for their second drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Back to throw is Fields. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. To gain of 43 yards. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. We're back to upstate New York in just a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. It is brought in by Josh Reynolds. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. Now Fields. That's into the hands of Xavier Gibson. And they'll get him down right around the 5-yard line.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Hard running, close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep.
And he will dive into the end zone. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Carlson's kick is good, and the Jets will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Eric Gray to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end, Jaxson. Pass complete to Neighbors. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, he'll throw. To the outside, complete to Jaxson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
To the air now on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Back to the air one more time. That pass sideline is caught. Nice catch, stays in bounds, and he's got the first down. Terrific job with the feet to make that one a grab.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
To the outside, caught by Neighbors. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, they'll run with Tracy. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
A run on 1st and goal. And that'll be a pickup of 3. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You can just see the reaction on the sideline. This defense thought they had themselves a critical stop. The mantra down here for all defensive coordinators, Mike, is takeaways, field goals. That's what you're trying to do, and man, they were this close to coming away with a huge takeaway.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. But now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are back within 4 at 14-10.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. throwing is Fields. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's a gain of 18 yards.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
They face second down and 7. They go play action with Fields. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Open man is Lazard. He's got it. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
I love this decision here, Mike. 3rd and inches, everyone in the building's just thinking you're going to just plow it up the middle and get a fresh set of downs. This is probably the best opportunity to strike downfield in the passing game, and that's exactly what they did.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. 12 yards on the pickup, and that's a first down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection, and it's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the...
And he'll take it on in. Carlson now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jets are out to a 21-10 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Gray going to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Giants offense ready for this next possession. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to throw. This throw left side taken in by Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 28 yards.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll look to throw again. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Jaxson. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their second. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. From back at the 13-yard line, it is second and goal. He'll drop to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just...
And he will score.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Now, Gano for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Giants are back within 4. It's 21-17. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Gibson now on the return. Whoa! And they'll get him out of bounds, but a good return to the 30. The Jets offense going to take over just before the half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now, Fields. Taking off. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 30-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
The key coming into the game, anytime you're about to defend a quarterback like this, is it's not so much about rushing the quarterback for a sack as much as it is about rushing a quarterback to keep him in the pocket. He is more dangerous when he's able to escape. Keep the integrity of your rush lanes. Rush as a unit. You can see here, when you don't, he gets out of the pocket, and it's a big play.
Carlson's kick is good. And the Jets going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. We got an excellent first half from the dynamic quarterback, Justin Fields. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Giants offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Catch made right side. It's Jaxson. Here's 2nd and 2. Now, faking the give. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The Jets offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Fields gets that one to the veteran Lazard. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
On the give, it's Hall. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Off the play action, here's Fields. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Mike, I can't tell you how many corner routes I caught throughout my career, and there's really an art to it. At the top of the break, you have to give the quarterback what they call an indicator step. That's your cut where you set your angle, and then once that ball's out, go chase it down, and in this case, he's able to pick up the 1st down.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll try to run it with Hall. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down. They'll run. It's Hall. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
2nd and goal this close to the end zone. It makes sense, Mike, to keep the ball on the ground. But what you're not planning for is that you suffer a loss. So give credit to this defense. They've now changed the entire equation. It's 3rd and goal, but they're not so close anymore.
One more time, they give it to Hall. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Fields from the gun on 3rd down. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Michael McFadden.
All right, Mike, file this play away. If they're able to hold on and pull this game out, we're going to look back on this as the pivotal moment of this game. Oftentimes, it takes that one big moment to sway the outcome of a game, and no bigger play than a pick deep inside your own red zone.
Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. They'll start out 1st down and 10. To throw here to begin the drive. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. 2nd and a yard. Now it's Tracy looking to run. And he's going to get the first down up past the 35-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Taken in right side by the tight end, Jaxson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
This pass defense, it just has to be better than this, Mike. They have to do a better job accounting for everybody in their coverages. They have to play their defense exactly according to the plan, because if not, this quarterback has enough weapons. He can spread the ball out and find the open space.
On the handoff, here comes Tracy. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
He'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Neighbors. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
On the zone read, a give to Tracy. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A carry here for Tracy. And he'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down. In motion, it's Robinson. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is 1st down and goal. He'll keep this himself. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc. And that's exactly what happened here.
He'll run with Tracy. And he gets this one down inside the 10, but it will set up 3rd and goal. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 17-yard line.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
So now, Graham Gano, the veteran, in another pressure spot. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer. Graham Gano now following the field goal. Back to kick this one away. Gibson now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jets offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Fields now on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Now Fields. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 15 yards through the air, and the Jets have a 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that,
he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. One of the Giants has it. And so much for a nice gain through the passing game. Not finishing the play, fumbling the football, and the offense has turned it over, Greg.
Mike, give credit to the defender here for not quitting on this play. They just give up a chunk play in the passing game. He stays after it, and instead of just making a simple tackle, he attacks the ball, knocks it loose, and creates a big takeaway for this defense.
The Giants offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. An unbalanced look to the left, and no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8. On the run, here's Hall. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Fourth quarter, you find yourself protecting a one-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple-possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
On first down, they go right back to Hall. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here with Hall. And this offensive line creating running space. He'll get 6 and get inside the 10-yard line. Here's 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Fields. This one caught at the 4. And he goes out of bounds at the 3. And from there, it's going to be 1st and goal.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Jets will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Ray gonna return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
He's got his man. That's Slayton. This crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw. This one complete right side. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. The rookie from Ole Miss put that one on target for the 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end Jaxson. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Pass pulled in by Tracy. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Two timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Quick slant looked in by Neighbors. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. He's got it at the 3. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Back to the air one more time. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
And he's not going to get away. They'll stop him back at the 3.
A little bit of a snowball effect going on. Things seem to be unraveling just a little bit here offensively. It was the miscommunication that led to the incomplete pass on the first play. Now it's a sack on 2nd down, and they find themselves going the wrong direction.
Throwing here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. And they will not be able to add with a 2-point conversion. They need a late recovery to have any chance. Here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick. Not much of a chance.
First and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Second and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one in the win column for the Jets. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Jets as we say goodbye from MetLife Stadium.